Hello and welcome to the How to Exit podcast. I'm here today with Daniel Lee. Daniel spent 15 years building his career in corporate America before deciding to take a new path and become an acquisition entrepreneur. In 2020, Daniel purchased Windura, a premium window and door replacement company in the Kansas City area. Man, it's great to have you on the show today. Welcome, Daniel. And let's just jump right in. Kind of, how did you get started? What had you make the shift from corporate America to wanting to own your own business and it more specifically buying one as opposed to doing the I'll go out and start something.
Yeah, that's a question that I get a lot, and it's kind of interesting thinking back. And so, I, I started my career. I feel like I was supposed to. I went to college. I got a job with a big company. I worked hard, worked my way up, got promoted, moved to another company, and open new doors. And it really started, I think, when I started to think about entrepreneurship or at least doing something on my own. I had spent time in more the operational side, on the claim side of an insurance company for the better part of 12 years, and I found myself looking for something more. And there was this opportunity to take a regional sales manager job, and so I applied for it. I spoke to the VP, asked if they would consider me. And jumping from the claim side to the sales side is not something that's done. It's like operational to sales. So in career wise, it was a pretty big risk, and it was a move that just was the path wasn't paved by a lot of people in front of me. So that gave me an opportunity to get out in the field and work with insurance agents. And I had this great team that worked all around the southern Midwest. And so I traveled to different states, meeting independent agents with my team, and that really got me exposed to the agency as a small business. Then it just happened to be the product that we sold was small business insurance. So I'm talking to my team, to their agents about small businesses that they are running as agencies, and then the small businesses that you're trying to insure. And I just found myself just fascinated with the inner workings of an agency, the inner workings of a small business. Put forth that, hey, look, I know what I'm looking for, and most importantly, I had a target statement, what I'm looking for, because that's the first question you get: what type of business you're looking for. And at first, my answer was just, hey, I'm just a guy wanting to leave the corporate side, and there's really not a lot of businesses that just match that. And so I came up with this statement based upon my experiences, my strength, what I like to do, my financial capability, and just started knocking on business brokers' doors and asking to see their listing. And fortunately, I was sitting in this office, and this broker in town was bringing me a couple of deals, and I was looking through them, and considering, do I sign the NDA? And just lo and behold, there had been this one the deal had just fallen through. Buyer financing fell through, or something like that. And I've got this book, or this notebook, that I just take notes in every morning as I'm thinking and through my journey. And I had prepared for the call, wanted to ask a few questions. And I distinctly remember asking two questions that I think had an impression on him. I asked him, tell me about the culture and how you built it, and what are you most proud of? I didn't jump down to the EBITDA. I jumped down to the emotional stuff. And because this, he had started this when he was similarly, I'm 42. He had started this when he was in his 40s and making a big step in his life. So handing it over to another individual was very, very personal. And I think there was a lot of reputation wrapped up in it, and wanting to know it's going to go to a good place. It's going to continue on with the reputation, the legacy, and then take care of the employees. He's got long-term employees that we inherited and have been very fortunate they've stuck with us. But he wanted to make sure that as he exited, it felt really good, that it was handing off to the right place. And so that's the two questions that I started with, and it just seemed to be a great point to jump off of. And we got all the nitty-gritty financials and what's this and what's that. But if you're patient enough to wait to get there to see if you have a connection, then you've got a chance to have some of the honesty come out of so for example, if they trust you, they want you to take this business. And that was my goal. I wanted the owner to want to sell me the business.
What
Yeah.
is your game plan now? Are you looking to acquire similar businesses and add them in, or are you bought your one, you're going to build it and run it for a while? What's the an acquisition entrepreneur? We don't stop with one, so I'm curious. What's your mindset? Are you looking to do a growth through acquisition, or are you?
Yeah, so great question. And my mind was, I believe the business had grown to the edge of being sustainable for just one entrepreneur. So it was the owner and his son who ran operations. So he ran sales, the son operations, and they've had salesmen in and out, and then a team of installers. But it was right there on the edge of just being too much. And I think had he kept the business, he would have scaled it back to make it a little manageable. So this is a 20-year-old business. So it is outside the 5 years. It's a $2 million business when I bought it. So above that $1 million threshold where it was going to, it's sustainable. There's a product out there, there's a market out there, there's a process, and so I feel like, and I share the analogy of, he raised the kid till he was 18, and then now it's my job to take it into the next chapter. And so, our thought is to grow organically. The majority of our customers are referrals, repeat. And what's interesting about our business, there's a lot of repeat business because it's both a high ticket item, but then also something that you can chunk out. Unlike a roof, unlike a kitchen, you can't do half a kitchen, or it doesn't look great, or you can't do half a bathroom. You can just do half of your home in windows and also do your kitchen at the same time, and then come back and then upgrade your door. And so there's a lot of repeat business, and so our thought right now is to grow organically, develop a team that can handle the business, which is one of the unique things in our industry, is having our own on-staff team. Many competitors use subcontractors, which we feel like that kind of degrades the product that we're trying to deliver. So no real plans for any further acquisitions down the road. Always open to that. I tell other people I like the model of the Great Game of Business, if you've ever heard of that, which is just down the road in Springfield, Missouri. And what they would do would be buy a business that Windura also patronizes. So
What lessons, like, what do you know now about the whole process that you wish you'd have known when you're out looking around for a business? Is there some, like, man, I wish I'd have known this before I jumped into this?
Well, I'm learning more about, or spending time learning more about marketing than I ever have. In, my prior roles, I had great experience from sales, sitting across from somebody talking about how to grow their business, but marketing to masses. And what we've spent our time on this last year is formalizing structure. Bringing in, IT systems, and processes, so we can continue to serve customers over and over and over. And it's not just relying on somebody's memory. Oh, I need to call Susie back, or we need to do this, or we're just moving across on the Google Calendar. So we have spent the last year trying to get sustainable over time, and trying to document that, and with automation where it makes sense, and we've added people to the team. And so probably what I wish I knew more about is, now we're switching to the phase. And I say that because that's kind of, now we got the foundation. And now when we invite people into our house, we have a nice house that they like to see. And so now we're focused on is bringing more business in, whether that's from referrals, whether that's through Google searches, whether that's through some affiliation. And I'm going around and around with the company that we use for marketing, just asking dumb questions. And, you're just going to have to help me understand this again and again and again. And so especially digital marketing and how you show up in search. I mean, it's just all been, being in a large corporation, that's just all done for you.